pessoal! Hello everyone! Let me check here if you can hear me, if everything is okay, and then we're gonna start, alright? Let me just check here real quick. Olá pessoal! Hello everyone! Let me check here if you can hear me, if everything is okay, and alright, so I guess we can get started. Someone's saying hi here. Oi! I don't know your name, but oi! So let's get started, guys. I want to welcome you to our live Portuguese class here today. I'm excited to have you here, and if you're watching this as a recording, I'm also excited that you're seeing this video. I'm Laura, creator of the method Sing and Speak Portuguese, and I have great news for you, okay? The enrollment for my course is open, okay? So the enrollment for the Sing and Speak Portuguese online course is open, but only for 2 more days, okay? So it will only be open until Thursday this week, okay? So if you want to become fluent in Portuguese, even from zero with music, if you want to get into the next class of this course, you have until Thursday to enroll, okay? Hurry up! This is your chance to get fluent this year with me in this course, okay? I'm gonna leave the link here in the description for you. Let me see, maybe the link is already here. So if you wanna, yeah, the link is already here. So hurry up, sign up, register for the course, okay? I hope to see you there. Remember, we have all the recorded lessons and we have weekly conversation classes there in the course too, okay? So if you want to know more about it, all information about the course will be in this link, okay? Just click, watch the video, and you will know everything about it, okay? Also, if you still have some questions about it, anything you didn't understand, at the end of this lesson, I can answer any questions you might still have about the course, okay? So, today, as promised, I'm gonna teach you all you need to know about the simple present in Portuguese with music, okay? So the simple present tense, how we use it, how we conjugate it, and we're gonna use a very cool song for that, alright? But before we get started, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future videos. You can click right here to do that. Also, you can follow me on other social media too. I'm there by singbrazilian, okay? Instagram and TikTok. I hope to see you guys there too. I post videos pretty much every day. And in this way, you won't miss any of the new videos that I upload every week. Also, that's it. So actually, let's go to our song now. Let's get started. So I separated this cool song, this song I really like. It's kind of a reggae style, and it's called Sol Loiro by Armandinho. Have you heard of this song or this artist before? Armandinho? Well, I like him and I hope you like it too. But before we dive into the grammar with this song, let me give you a brief background on this song, okay? This artist, Armandinho, is known for blending reggae and pop in his songs, you know? And also, he uses a lot of natural metaphors to describe feelings. For example, in this song, he makes a reference to an island. He uses the word ilha, that means island. Also, he talks about an eternal blue sea, mar azul eterno. So he likes to use these natural elements to talk about feelings, you know, to reflect feelings. So, it's characteristics from the reggae style, and we can see it here. So let's see how to learn the present tense with this. First, I'm gonna play the song for you. Let me open here, and I want you to try to identify the words and expressions that you might already know, okay? So first, listen to the song. You can follow the lyrics here. trying to identify if you already know some of these. This is not a vocabulary lesson today, okay? We're gonna go through grammar mostly. So I'm not gonna go through every sentence here with you to the vocabulary because the goal here is to learn the present tense. But you can do that later. You can check the translation, okay? So let me put here for you the song now. Alright, let's play it.
Longe, longe, mas te quero perto. Eu sei que tem coisas que eu faço que... Te sinto tão longe, 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 mas te quero perto. Eu sei que tem coisas que eu faço que você não acha certo. Te sinto tão longe, 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 mas vou ser honesto. Prometo ser correto, pois eu sei que com você o papo é reto. Amor da minha vida, minha conquista. Você é uma ilha, você é uma ilha, onde as ondas quebram perto. Nesse mar azul eterno, teu sol loiro me ilumina. Você é minha mina. Te sinto tão longe, 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 mas te quero perto. Eu sei que tem coisas que eu faço que você não acha certo. Te sinto tão longe, longe.
Alright, that's enough for now. I want to know your opinion. What did you think about this song? Did you like this song? Do you enjoy this musical style? Tell me here in the comments. Did you like this song? It's called Sol Loiro by Armandinho. We'll be using it now to learn the present tense. So let's go here through some verses here, checking the verbal tenses. So first here, he's saying, te sinto tão longe. Te sinto tão longe, 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 mas quero perto. Te sinto. We say it like we're linking. Te sinto. And this means I feel you. So, te sinto tão longe. I feel you so far away, you know? So, te sinto. This comes from the verb sentir, okay? The verb here is sentir, to feel. So in Portuguese, the verbs in the infinitive and in R, okay? And in the letter R, sentir. Let me put in a place where you can see it. In English, the verbs in the infinitive are this, to feel. In Portuguese, they end in the letter R. So the infinitive, sentir. Here, it's conjugated in the present tense. Te sinto, I feel you. So it's conjugated for eu. Eu sinto, I feel. Okay? We're gonna see the rules of conjugation here in the end, but just so you get used to some of them already, know that the conjugation for this verb, for the eu, is this. Eu sinto, I feel. Okay? This te here, te, it means I feel you. Te sinto. Te is a pronoun used to refer to you. Okay? So, mas te quero perto. Mas quero perto. Mas te quero. Here's the second verb. That is the verb querer. Querer is the verb in the infinitive. Like this. Querer. But here it's conjugated. So it's conjugated for eu. Eu quero. Eu quero. Okay? Do you see something similar between this verb and the last one when it's conjugated? I'll tell you. They both end in the letter... Oops, I made a mistake here. They both end in the letter O. Okay? So when we're conjugating for eu in the present tense, the verb ends in O. Okay? Eu sinto, eu quero. Mas te quero perto, but I want you close. Next part. Let's just highlight this. Next part. Sei que tem coisas que eu faço. Here we have two verbs. First here, eu sei. Eu sei. This one is from the verb saber. Saber. This means to know. Okay? Saber. And this one is an irregular verb. So it doesn't end in O because it's irregular. It does not follow the rule for conjugations, okay? It's irregular. So the conjugation for eu is eu sei, okay? So now you already have 3 verbs. You know the conjugation too, okay? If you try to just randomly memorize these conjugations here, it will be much more difficult, okay? Much more difficult. But if you try memorizing this with songs, with time, you will absorb this, okay? If you listen to this song many times, you will already know that you have to say eu sinto, eu quero, eu sei, without having to memorize it, you know, without making too much effort to memorize it, okay? So the next one here, eu sei. I know that there are things. Eu sei que tem coisas que eu faço. Here we have the next one. Eu faço. This comes from the verb fazer. Fazer, that means to do or to make, okay? So, eu faço is the conjugation, okay? Eu faço. Que você não acha certo. That you don't find right, that you don't think it's right. So the next verb here is achar. Achar. And this one is very useful, okay? Achar. This can be to find, in the meaning of to be looking for something, or you can use this to give your opinion about something. How would you say that? How would you give your opinion? You say this. Eu acho. So, conjugated for eu in the present tense, first person, eu acho, okay? But here is not conjugated for eu, it's conjugated for você. So, the conjugation for você changes a little bit, is você acha, okay? Eu acho, você acha, right? If you want to ask someone's opinion on something, you would say this. O que você acha? What do you think? O que você acha? And the answer, eu acho legal. I think it's cool. Okay? Let's move on. Here he repeats. Here it's not in the present, so we're gonna skip. Here's in the present. Prometo ser correto, pois eu sei. Prometo. This is new. Prometo comes from the verb prometer. Prometer, that is to promise. To promise. And conjugated for eu is eu prometo. I promise. Okay? I promise to be correct, pois eu sei, because I know. This one we already saw. Here it's not in the present, so we're gonna skip for today. And let's go to this part here. Onde as ondas quebram perto. Onde as ondas quebram perto. Where the waves break close. So, quebrar is the verb here, okay? Quebrar, to break. So, the infinitive, quebrar. The conjugation here is quebram. So see that the conjugation here changes. It's not eu and it's not você. It's as ondas. As ondas. We can replace this for elas. Elas. The feminine form of they. Okay? Elas. So when we're using they, in this case, elas, we use this conjugation here. Quebram. See, it ends in am. So say this rule here. When you're conjugating for eles or elas, that is they, the verb will end in am. In this case, quebram. Okay? Very good. So for right now, if you just listen to the song many times and just memorize these examples, you already know many conjugations to many verbs. But I also want to show you a simple rule, okay? You can apply something simple here that if you memorize, you will know how to conjugate many other verbs besides these ones, all right? So let me show you here this part, the next part of our class. Let me adjust here so you can see it right. Okay. I guess you can see it, right? Let me see here in the comments if we have questions. Everything's all right? Okay. So here we have the three possible terminations, three possible endings a verb can have in Portuguese, okay? So in Portuguese, the verbs will either end in ar, or ir, okay? Three possibilities, ar, ir. Remember, I say like this because of my accent. You might hear it as ar, ir, okay? But my accent is ar. So you will not find a verb ending in or ur, okay? That is not possible for a verb to end in or ur. It only ends in these three possibilities here. So when the verb ends in ar, such as the example we saw, achar, the conjugation is like this. Let's take a closer look here. So, eu acho. We saw this in the song. Eu acho. See here that it ends in o. Okay, but what about when the conjugation ends in er? When the verb ends in er, such as prometer from the song. It also ends in o for you. So it's also eu prometo. Eu acho, eu prometo. Remember that when we're saying it, it sounds more like u. Eu acho, eu prometo. Okay? And if the verb ends in ir, it's the same. It will end in o here. Eu sinto. Okay? When it doesn't happen, so there are some irregular verbs that can be different. Okay? And the example we saw here was the verb saber. You would go under this category here, saber, but it's an irregular verb, so it's eu sei. Eu sei. It's not eu sabo, okay? Do not say eu sabo. That's very wrong. Say eu sei. I don't know why this verb doesn't follow the conjugation rule, okay? It happens sometimes with irregular verbs, but the regular ones are most of them, okay? So let's move on here. Then we have tu. As I told you before in many other videos, we do not use the tu conjugation nowadays, okay? Even when people use tu, they conjugate as it is você. But the conjugation will be this, tu achas. It would end in as, okay? Well, we do not use. So we say mostly this, você acha. Here's another rule you can memorize if you want. So the verb here ends in ar. For você, all I do is to take off the ar. Achar, você acha. Prometer, você promete. Okay? So it works for these two conjugations. When you come to ir, instead of taking off the r, you take the i too and you put the e. Você sente. The verb was sentir. Now it's você sente. Okay? You change the letter e, the I, for e, i. Okay? So you change it. but for the first two ones, it works like just taking the R off, okay? Then, it's the same conjugation for ele, he, ela, she, acha, promete, sente, okay? It repeats. Also, it repeats for a gente. So, you conjugate a gente exactly the same way you conjugate você, that you conjugate ele, okay? It's the third person we call. So, all of this is third person. So, we say a gente acha. It's the same. Now it changes. So, if you want to use nós, the conjugation changes. You have to add this suffix here. You add mos. Nós achamos. So you take off the R and you put mos. Nós achamos. Nós prometemos. I took the R and I put the mos. And nós sentimos. See here? You just take the R and you put mos. You can choose to use either nós or a gente if you want to talk about we, okay? So, for example, if you want to say we think, you can either say a gente acha or you can say nós achamos. Either way is okay, okay? But do not mix the conjugations. Do not say a gente achamos. That is wrong. Do not say nós acha. That is also wrong. So choose which one you want to use and conjugate appropriately, okay? So that's it for nós. Let's go to the next rule. This one here, there's some noise here. This one here, vós, I'm showing you here, but you're never gonna use it, okay? I'm warning you already. You're never gonna use this, okay? This is the you plural. It's the plural of tu, actually. It's the plural of tu. But tu is already not so common. Vós is not common at all. But the conjugation would be like this. You would take the R and you would put is. So, vós achais, vós prometeis, vós sentis. You know, nowadays you can only find these conjugations in old books. So if you get a book that is older, you will find this conjugation. Also in the Bible, it's possible that you still find this conjugation in some versions, okay? Some versions of the Bible. Other than that, you do not need to worry about this. You will not find it, okay? Especially not in conversations. So, if you want to say you in the plural, you should choose to say it using vocês, okay? Vocês is the better conjugation for you in the plural. And then you conjugate like this. You take off the R, and you put an M, like I said to you here in the class, so in the song. So, as ondas quebram. See, you just put the letter M here. You take off the R and you put the M. Vocês acham. Vocês prometem. Vocês sentem. Here, you take off the E and you put the EM. Okay? Vocês sentem. And it's the same conjugation for the last one. So for eles. Eles ou elas. That means they. Okay? You just put the M2 at the end. So for vocês and eles is also the same conjugation, okay? And here it also repeats. So this rule here goes for most of the verbs, okay? This goes for pretty much all the regular verbs, okay? Only the irregular verbs do not follow the conjugation for all people. Sometimes a verb is irregular because it does not follow, for example, for eu, but the rest of the people, it follows, okay? Sometimes it's like that. For example, the verb saber, it's eu sei, but it's already tu sabes, você sabe, ele sabe, nós sabemos, eles sabem, okay? So it follows, the rest follows, just changes for eu. But now you know that I know is eu sei. So you can tell me, eu sei disso, professora. I know this, teacher, okay? Eu sei, I already know. Eu já sei, I already know, okay? Now you know that the conjugation for saber, for the first person, is eu sei. So that's it, guys. Once again, I want to tell you, do not worry too much about the rules, okay? I showed you these rules here because I think they are simple, so take a look at these after the class, you know. Just try to memorize the most common ones. For example, for eu, the conjugation ends in o, okay? For nós, it ends in mos. For eles ou elas, it ends in am, okay? So just try to memorize the simple rules, okay? And the rest you will see through examples. So you need to expose yourself to examples, okay? And music is a great tool for that. See in this song here how many verbs we saw, and it's a small song, you know? It doesn't have many different verbs. In a small song, we already saw this amount. So when you evolve to harder songs, you will see a lot of examples, so you will absorb these naturally, okay? So that's it. Let me see if there's something else I want to show you. No, that's it. So for today, like I told you, we're not doing a vocabulary class, okay? If you like this song, if you want me to do the vocabulary lesson for this song in the future, tell me here in the comments. I'm only gonna do it if you want me to, otherwise we'll choose other songs, okay? So tell me in the comments. And now, let's see, if you have some questions, I will answer. Saif is asking us, but in the north of Brazil, eles usam tu e vós, né? Yeah, they can use it, but like I told you, they do not conjugate it correctly. Correct me here if you saw it being used correctly, conjugated correctly, but usually they do not say, for example, tu achas, like we saw here. They do not say tu achas, they say tu acha. So they use the tu, but they conjugate it like it is você, okay? And for the vós is the same thing, but the vós is more uncommon, you know? Even when they use it, in places they use it, it's not so common nowadays, okay? The tu is common yet, but they do not conjugate as tu. They conjugate as você, all right? Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Anything else I can help with? Okay, I guess not. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this live class, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, okay? And subscribe in the channel for more, okay? Also, remember, registration for the Sing and Speak Portuguese course is open for only 2 more days, okay? So if you want to be a part of this very special class, you have only until Thursday to register, okay? This is very special. We're gonna have conversation classes in like very small groups, so you have a chance to practice a lot, okay? And you will be learning all the pillars from songs, okay? So today I showed you a little bit of grammar, but in the course you will see, you will have a vocabulary lesson, a grammar lesson, a sentence structure lesson, a pronunciation lesson, all these lessons in about one song, okay, about the song of the week. So you will have 4 lessons about the song of the week every week, plus the conversation classes. So it's very good. I'm preparing everything for you, and I hope to see you there too. So the link is here in the description, but it's open only until Thursday. Okay, so hurry up. And I'll see you next time here. I hope to see you next time. And bye-bye. Ciao.